Good evening, everyone. This is Jess Markowitz, your Upline Superstar Director. Welcome to our Magical Monday meeting. Today is September 20th, and we are going to be talking about your favorite products. What products are you just absolutely obsessed with, that you are in love with, and that you tend to sell easy because you use them, you love them, and it's just natural for you to share them. It's always easier to sell a product when you feel that you just naturally, when you believe in them, right? You don't feel like a salesperson. You don't feel like you're trying to push something on them that you don't really believe in. I think we all kind of don't want to feel like an ugly salesperson, like excuse me if one of you out there are car dealers, but you know that you tend to get a bad rap because sometimes there's those ugly salespeople out there that like are selling you a car that they wouldn't drive themselves. You know, that's the example, the ugly stigma out there. So we try to, in Scentsy, talk about being a sharer. You share products, you share something that you love. An example is when you go to a restaurant that you absolutely love, what do? You tell your friends and family, oh my gosh, I just went to this amazing restaurant that the food was great, the service was great, everything was great, it was clean, it was an amazing ambiance, it was, the fixtures on the wall was cute, whatever. The parking was even awesome, and you just want them to go. You don't feel like you're selling them on it. You just think that it was great, so you want to share it, right? And that's usually how restaurants get their marketing for the most part, especially those smaller mom and pop places. They don't have a lot of money to blast their, make commercials or put a lot of stuff into the newspaper or into even on social media, especially in the beginning. They start with word of mouth, and that's with us, our small business owners. It's usually word of mouth. So what we do is we want to have other people share for us and talk about not only our products, but about us, right? And so what I wanted for us today, I was hoping more people would show up live, but we could still start with us and share the products that are our go-to products and why. And so before we start all that, I wanted to go through some things that I think is important, especially for newer consultants. Oh, we have some more people popping on. That's awesome. We have had some new things come about in the last month. And this is new for even seasoned consultants. We've had some updates to our compliance, just some small kind of tweaks that we are hoping our seasoned consultants got like a little pop-up when they signed on to their workstation for the first time after the compliance thing changed, and you just kind of had to read it and click, yes, I understand that these tweaks have changed. But one thing I know as a consultant myself is that sometimes we just don't have the time to kind of read through everything. So I just want to kind of put a plug in to share how important it is to take the time to, even if you do like a page a day, a week, one page, one day a week, and just kind of read the updates of your compliance. I'm always a big fan of, and I encourage all of you to print out your Scentsy standards. Give yourself a little binder, put it in some protector sheets, and just have it with you. And whenever anything comes about, you could just kind of flip through it and refer back to it. One thing I want to do is let you know that it'll always be at the bottom of your workstation, or let me make sure that that's where, because sometimes they change it on me because they do updates. Let's see. I was trying to kind of keep my workstation to be private because I'm not supposed to show my like numbers and stuff, but let me see here. Let me unshare really fast and see if I could see it really fast. because I want you guys to know where you can find it. Yeah, okay. So if you go to your dashboard, you do have to open up your whole dashboard. Right at the bottom, it says Scentsy Standards. There's a link right next to where it says Scentsy. So there's where you can find it immediately. And then you could also go into your training center and find it there, and just type in Scentsy Standards and you'll find it there. Okay, so you can print it out. But I also wanted to share my screen this time because they've been changing the way things look on everybody. And so I wanted to kind of address that for you guys. All right, so now I can kind of open it up for you guys. All right, so right here, this is your training. I clicked on the dashboard and I clicked right on training. So I just want to make sure everybody knows this browse by topic is so convenient, depending on what you want to actually train on. Training events, this is where you're going to like the page for Scentsy Family Facebook page, the Scentsy Family Facebook page. And then you're going to be notified when Sarah and Jason go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And they do these really cool, very short, Tuesday at 2 o'clock and Thursday at 2 o'clock. Well, that's Mountain Standard Time. Literally like 2-minute trainings, but very powerful trainings. And then you can register for the Tuesday training calls that are given to you by all the Scentsy consultants around the world, basically. And so you get all kinds of trainings from so many different people. And I really encourage you to tap into them because you get so much different types of training from different people, and everybody runs their business differently, different ideas, different tips, different, just learning strategies, everything. And, everybody has different styles. And so you may really get some great feedback, and just, you may really connect with these people in a different way, and it may really speak to you. So I really, really encourage you to tap into these. And if you can't be on live, it's okay, because they are recorded. See how it says September training call recorded? So you could just go right back and watch them whenever you have a chance. So that's just my little plug for that. FAQs, and this is really important. We have so many different products. It's so important to know the ins and outs of the products. And so just like the Scentsy Standards, I always encourage everybody to print out your FAQs and create yourself like a little Scentsy Bible, your Scentsy Standards, your Scentsy FAQs, and bring them with you wherever you go, definitely your home parties, or your sit and sniffs. If you're going to go meet with a client, or you're going to go to a on location party, have that with you, because let's face it, you're not going to know everything by the top of your head. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I don't know everything off the top of my head. They change things too much. And it just may be me. I don't know, but you may be able to memorize all that stuff, but I sure can't. So I just am able to go, hey, great question. Let me look at my little Scentsy Bible here and let me see if I can get you that question answered. And if you can't, I just say, you know what? That's a great question. I would like to know that answer too. Let me find out that answer and I will get back to you. And just let them know that the party or the order is not going to be closed, for a couple of days. If you're new to Scentsy, you have 5 days to close an order from the day that you receive somebody's payment. You have to close the order within 5 days of receiving somebody's payment by law. Okay. And there's a couple reasons why you want to do that anyways, because people forget that they gave you money and they will spend the money. And then if you wait too long, by the time you process their order, it's going to be declined, because they go and forget that they placed an order with you, 6 days ago. And all of a sudden, oh no, I forgot. And yeah, I don't have the money anymore. So I'm just going to cancel my order. So you want to process the order fairly quick. So it's actually your protection as well, why you don't want to wait too long. But basically the law, they don't want you holding people's money for too long. Okay. So anyways, yeah, create yourself a little Scentsy Bible and carry it around. Where I keep one in my car. I just just to have one. And then I have one with me with my party bag where I, do my parties. And then I have one in my office right at my desk. So if I'm talking to somebody on the phone, I have it right there. I pull it out and I'm able to. And then you can always whip out your phone and look on the Scentsy, website workstation. But it's always nice if you're like me, I like to hold stuff and kind of, have it. New consultants, this is your best friend right here. This is so you can go back and watch the videos that you were giving in the first things first checklist. Because I was just talking to a new consultant and she said to me, she's like, I know I watched something, but is there a way I can watch it again because my checklist is gone? I said, yes. So that's where you're going to find those. She's like, because I want to watch it a couple times. So this is where you're going to watch those videos again. Scentsy is a big believer of your health and your mental health, your physical health, all entwines with your business health, because if you're physically and mentally not good, it's going to be very hard to run your business as well. So Scentsy's very big on wellness, so you can do some fitness challenges for yourself. Check that out, and you can even win some prizes and stuff when you do these challenges. It's pretty cool. And then this right here is new. So, well, not new, but they didn't have this always. So this is kind of cool. This is going to tell you when things are kind of oh, I don't know if you guys can see that, but you'll want to print this out. But this is going to tell you like when things are expected to come. Let's see, this reference tool includes the key details and features for durable Scentsy products such as warmers and Scentsy buddies. So you can provide additional information for your customers. So I'm trying to, let me just kind of blow it up myself. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this because hold on a second. This is not, oh, here we go. Can you guys see that? Can you give me a thumbs up if you could see that? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so it tells you like the prices. It's like a nice little, so like the new Black Panther Scentsy wall fan diffuser, which just launched today. I hope everybody knows that should be a pretty big launch because people were very devastated over the death of the guy that played him, and it was a pretty big movie too. And then how tall it is, what the primary color was, and the price in Canada, the price in the US, like all basically the breakdown of it, and then how much PRV you got it. So this is really cool because it automatically tells you, especially if you're newer and you're not quite sure the difference between the sale price and what you get for the license price. I mean, the PRV price. So you can kind of tally, especially if you're trying to, in your first 70 days and you're trying to get your 70-day sensational start with PRV, you don't want to be tallying your, your sensational start PRV with a 35. You need to be tallying it with 30 with the accurate, because this is a licensed product. So this is something that's good to print out and just have with you, because these are all, not in the catalog basically. So that's just something that's really good tools to have on hand. Okay, what else did I want you guys to, oh, my little Yorkie's scratching at the door because she's mad that she's not with me. Okay, well, there goes that. Let's see. I just really recommend for you to take your time to kind of pop around in here, because there's so much tools for you as far as marketing, like the September kit content for joining and reinstatement and shooting star kit, and all of that stuff is in here that you can print out and have. You can screenshot it on your phone and have it so you can text it to people, things like that. So you have it all ready to go, so you don't miss any, you don't have any downtime. So you can just shoot it to people when they're interested in things like that. And then basically the last thing I wanted to talk about as far as the compliance thing is that it's very important just to remember that anything that you do with marketing is, it's so simple to just shoot it off to compliance@scentsy.com. Usually takes like a day. I know James kind of dove in. He's been really just so excited about diving in with his business. He shot something over there. It took him like a day. I think you got it approved like in a day, right, James?
The next day.
Yeah, the next day. And so that was like proof that they're really good with getting back to you.
And that was actually my newspaper article.
Yeah, it was your newspaper article, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they approved it.
Awesome. So, but I was telling him, and it just made me think I want to say this on a call because I'm sure a lot of you guys have a lot of great ideas. And I was telling him as well that I'm not compliance as much as I've been around. I can kind of look at things and say, yeah, that looks good. They change things so often that I can say it looks good, but there might be one thing, one word, one something that may be wrong, and it could be out of compliance, and I would never want to veer you guys wrong. And so, like I suggested to him, shoot it to compliance. You always want to have their stamp of approval, and then it's done, and then you are good and you're golden. And so always just run it by compliance when it comes to marketing, just to make sure that you have your stamp of approval. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, you also can call appliance too. Compliance.
You
can reach
call
them
them,
by
yes.
the phone. The weird thing is the person that approved my newspaper article, I also spoke on the phone with.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
I don't know how often you get that, but
that's probably not normal, but that's kind of cool. Yes, very cool. Awesome. So excuse me. But yes, when it comes to like marketing with like verbiage and visuals, you definitely still want to shoot them off through the email so you can have a paper trail. I'm big on paper trails because verbal approval, you can't really like prove the verbal approval, but you can call them, yes, to talk to them, but just get that stamp of paper trail too. That's just my suggestion. That's all. I just want to kind of throw that out there.
Well, I was just meaning for like questions.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, I just want to
approval.
clarify for anybody that doesn't know that yes, you can call in compliance. You're absolutely 100% correct. But I was just basically saying if you have a photo or like a flyer you want to make and you want like verbiage, you want to make sure you email it to them so you can have that paper trail approval as well. All right. Thanks, James. Okay. So I am going to ask, I mean, I can start, but I would love anybody that is on to share what's your favorite go-to product that tends to be like your top seller of every month that tends to sell, like hotcakes in your business. Why? Well, what is it? Why? And then how do you tend to sell it? Like, what do you think what is your strategy? And if you could share that with us. Nadia, would you like to?
I'll start you off.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. So one of my favorite products is our fragrance flowers. And I think that my love for them is what really helps to sell them because they're so simple. I have them in my bathrooms, and I even just put one in at work today, and I got customers when I put one in at work because they were like, wow, this smells amazing. And it's just this little flower. And then I had colored one, and they just make such great gifts too, that I gift them a lot. And that makes people want them because they want to give them as gifts, or they just like them. And so I tend to sell a lot of flowers because I'm hyping them. I'm like the fragrance flower hype girl. I'm like 60 days, don't worry about it.
I love that. Yes, you're so right. They are absolutely great gifts. I have a client. She's like an HR manager at like some casino. And every like other month, she buys like 16 flowers and she's giving them to all her like, what are they called? Pit bosses or something. down at the,
Oh.
yeah. And believe me, I've tried to get her to join a million times. She's like, no, I just like to buy from you. And I'm like, "Rawr." You know, I'm like, well, I need you to sell. I need people like you too. So she does her own party like every other month. It's crazy.
How
But you're
funny.
so right that she just loves that they're these little tiny things and I wrap them up all cute for her. That is so true.
Yeah, it's flowers that don't die, you know, it's like they still last. I went with my husband to buy a car, and I went into the lady's office and she had one and I said, "Oh, you have a fragrance flower and you decorated it." And she said that she had kept it. She just loved how she decorated it. So even after all the oil was gone, she still kept it on her shelf, like in the color and whatever. Like it had been a long time, like over a year. I don't even know. And so she just liked it. So yeah, people like them. I love them. So that's my favorite product. That's something I can completely get behind. I think it's a steal of a deal, you know, and yeah, I like things that don't require a lot of maintenance. So, and they're pretty.
Here's a fun fact for newer consultants that you wouldn't know this, just so you know what an amazing company Scentsy is. When we first launched the fragrance flowers, they were actually $18. But Scentsy found a more cost-effective way to make them. And they actually lowered the price of the flowers, which is insane. No company does that. No company does that. When people are buying them at $18, they just keep them at $18. But no, Scentsy likes to Scentsy just loves people and they love their clients and they are not what's the word am I thinking of, Nadia? They're not selfish. They're not selfish at all.
Greedy,
And yeah, they're not greedy. And hi,
that
Amanda.
actually, when they did that,
and
it changed me. Like it completely blew my mind, and it made me like a Scentsy believer because I had never. That is the opposite. I told you this too. I was like, that's the opposite of how every other company works. Every other company, when you're used to a price point, they will keep you at that price point, and then they will manage to give you less product for that price point, or they will up the price. So I said, I have never ever seen a company say, "Hey, we got some savings. Let's pass them on to the, to the customer." Like, what?
Isn't that nuts? I remember. Yeah, you and I we had a conversation about it. You were like, "Say what? Like, really?" Yeah. So I had to share that because we have a lot of newer consultants since that happened. So I was like, we need to share that because we have such an amazing company. So for the people that just logged on earlier, I'm sorry, I'm still struggling with a little chest cold and coughing. So I apologize. I'm in my bed. I'm not feeling good. I'm not in my bed because of that. Mitch is drilling in my office right now. He's putting up a new lamp. So I'm like, I'm just going to relax in my bed. That's another excuse to be in my bed. So sorry for me hanging out in my bed. Okay. So who would like to go next? Amanda, what we're doing is we're sharing our top selling products, what it is, why, and how do we tend to sell it? Like, what is it about it that just like is basically our version of hotcakes in our business? Who would like to share next? James, Natasha. I know, James, you're fairly new, so you may not have that product yet, but this is hopefully going to help you.
I've had 2 people order. That's it. So.
Okay, that's okay. But that's what we're doing this too. So maybe to give you some tips and ideas. So no, that's totally fine. And Natasha's really new too. So Amanda, you might be up.
I'm like, let me see how I can unmute myself. Okay, so I was thinking about this question and I don't have just like one product. It's whatever I'm passionate about at the time.
Okay.
And so like I just went live with our soon to be warmer of the month. Have you guys seen this beautiful thing?
Not yet. I haven't opened it. Oh,
okay, it's my 5th pumpkin warmer and I don't care. Like I'm keeping it. It's beautiful. And so I just went live in my VIP and shared it. So it's whatever I'm passionate about and that I love. So I can speak freely about it. I can tell them why I love it. Even the scent is surprisingly really good. I was skeptical.
Okay.
With the black licorice, I was like, ee, but it smells like Good and Plenty's. Like, I love it. In case you guys have not enrolled the newbies, you have 2 days, right, Jess?
Yes, till the 28th. No, they have till the 28th.
Oh, 3 days. No, not 3 days. Hello. What is it? The 20, you have
8
8 days. You want this. You want this. It's beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
Yes, it's so pretty. And like even the top part, Jess, have you gotten yours yet?
I haven't opened it yet.
Okay, because it even has like the ring that goes around the lid so it doesn't slide around.
Oh, gorgeous.
Like it's very intricate. And I was telling them it's perfectly imperfect because you can see the little glass parts, but it is just gorgeous. I am shocked it's below the 50 mark. I really am. 'Cause
Right.
it's so beautiful. But that's just, I mean, I share whatever I'm passionate about. And another thing that I'm so stinking excited about, because we don't always get it, is the bricks. I love bricks.
Me too.
I love them. I talk about them. And because I love them, my customers tend to buy them because
It's contagious.
whatever
Your
you like that you
energy.
can talk about. Oh, you're so sweet.
Yes.
It's so much fun. So I just talk about whatever I love. And like if I get a customer, if they order something and I haven't seen the warmer, I'll take the warmer out. And if I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous, I go live and I'm like, look at this warmer. Look at how beautiful it is. I've never seen it in person. Let's check it out together. And I have never, knock on wood, never ever gone live with a warmer and not sold one. Ever.
That's amazing.
Ever. But I only talk about what I'm passionate about. I don't fake it. And if I think it's ugly, I just don't talk about it. And if I don't like it, I just don't talk about it. So that authenticity, I think, is really important, is that you only share, like, because I know somebody was talking about how they never say whether they like the scent or not, and I 100% do. And I told my my customers, I'm like, I was skeptical. I don't like black licorice. I don't, but it doesn't smell like that. It smells more like candy in a bakery, and I was pleasantly surprised. So anyway, that's kind of my tip, is just to be authentic. And when you have that moment, like when you're looking at the warmer from your customer and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so much better in person, I need to show it off to people. And customers love when you text them, you're like, your warmer is gorgeous. Can I please go live and show it off? They're always like, yeah, absolutely. Like, it's kind of like a little pat on the back because, they chose something really and beautiful. And so I guess that's my tip for the newbies. So it's not just one product, it's whatever I'm passionate about for that time. So I hope that helps. I don't know.
I have a question.
Yes.
Your warmer looks so beautiful on camera, and mine always look like a big, like the sun, like, like, hey, look, here's this big orb of light. Isn't it gorgeous? You can't tell what it is. It's like, it's just this big, bright, flashing thing. Like, it doesn't show. So do you normally have that problem, or like, is this one special, or like, I don't know if mine's gonna show up like that.
Do you have a glam cam?
No, is that the secret?
Yes. See, I can't even turn it off. That's off. It's a little lackluster. Gotta have a glam cam.
Okay. Show me the pumpkin without it.
Okay. Let's see if it works.
I know. I'm sorry.
This
is like a tip for going live. You're selling a warmer every time you go live. I'm listening to you.
Yeah,
It looks the same.
Okay. It still looks pretty good. So I might have a shot.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if you can go wrong with this warmer. It seriously is
it's
so
gorgeous.
Beautiful. It really is so well made. And I straight up tell them, like, this one's mine. So if you want one, tell me so I can order it for you, because I'm keeping this one. Sorry, because I don't do Halloween. I'm not a Halloween person, but I'm all about harvest and pumpkins. And so this one's mine. So yeah, but the glam cam I love, because like I feel like I look dull, but with the glam cam, it helps. It makes me look a little brighter. And plus I also do a lot of videos like for my day job. And so it helps too.
Yeah, you look more luminous. Like it's like, yeah. Oh, I gotta
it makes me feel better. Oh, it totally is the lighting. Yeah, it's not me. I bought the lighting. But the lighting helps. It's just one of those little arm, I don't even know what it's called. I got it off Amazon. So it has the glam cam and then it holds my phone. And then you can like move the neck.
Oh, so you're on your phone too. Okay.
Yep, I'm on my phone. I don't know if that helps.
That might help. I'm gonna do it on my phone.
See all this great tips we're getting, guys and gals?
Those are my tips. Oh, and then you got to get yourself a cute little Scentsy shirt. They're so cute.
I got a Christmas one. I got that little gnome one coming.
They sold out my size before they got it. I was so sad.
Yeah, they're really cute. I got that one too. So
where did you get that one?
I hope that helps. This one's from the consultant store.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, Scentsy if you dare. It's so cute.
So cute.
I always try to wear something Scentsy when I go live. And Jess, I have that hat too. I haven't worn it yet, but I love that hat.
I love this hat. I really do. It looks cuter when I'm actually not looking like Night of the Living Dead too.
You're fine. You're fine.
This is my Halloween look.
Oh, stop it. Stop. It's very authentic, right? It's authentic.
Right,
That's
right.
authentically you. But yeah, I think if you're authentic and you're sharing, like you said, with your fragrance flowers, because you love it so much, people want to buy things that you love and that you use.
So true. Oh, James has a question. Let's see. I log in, and when I click in something in my workstation, I have to log in more than once on everything I click to have to do login and go to area. Okay, so they kind of time you out after a certain amount of time. It's kind of like a security thing.
Well,
So
it must be 5 seconds because I don't even get a chance to log in. And when I go to click something, it immediately I'm logged back out.
Yeah, it just started with me with that too. I don't know.
really,
It must be like 2 seconds.
Just when you go to- Just when you go to the Scentsy Success, right? Like the
Nope. Anything that I click on my
anything,
workstation.
you know, it does it for me
just
only
logs
if
me
I'm
out.
trying to go into Scentsy Success, and then I have to like sign it again.
If I go into news, it does it to me.
Yeah.
Yep. James, I had this problem once upon a time, and then it went away and now it's back. So I just click back in. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
It's just a look like.
I have the information saved, so I don't have to worry about it. But you know, it does get kind of repetitive when you go to make an order and you have to log back in.
they are going through a lot of like workstation updates, so it might be a little glitch that might be going on. So just be patient. I'll make
Oh,
sure
I
I
am.
mention it.
I just thought it was just me. I was like, geez.
Oh
what is
no,
it that I
it's
don't
not
have?
just you. So yeah. So if I'm sure it's something that'll be fixed soon enough. But yeah, whenever they go through like workstation updates, sometimes little snags happen like that, little glitches. So I'm sure they'll catch on to it. I'm sure there's people that are like that aren't as patient, like are calling in saying like, why is this happening? And,
Well,
and
I
they're
asked the
getting updated
representative that
with
I was
it.
speaking to this morning about something else. I asked her, I says, is there an issue with the website? Because I can't stay logged in very long.
Well, we also had a launch today with the Black
And that could have,
Panther.
well,
So
this
that
has been
might
going on since I signed up.
no. I was just saying about today that they're
Right.
so I'm just saying that because of that, there's always other glitches that happen when we have launches, but they're doing a lot of updates with the system. That's all I'm saying. So
Okay.
in the
Well, and
last
that's
couple weeks.
understandable.
Yeah. So it's likely that's gonna phase out eventually. It's just they're trying to catch up before the big holiday rush before October when we launch the holiday stuff. So they're probably just going through all of the trying to transition everything out and get things updated. And so hopefully that's one of the things that they're gonna hopefully fix before all that stuff happens. So all right, so I guess I'll share since I'm the only one that's on. Let me double check really fast. We don't have anybody on Facebook that's watching that has shared nope, I don't see anybody on. Okay, so what I tend to sell a lot of every month, and I actually mirror what Nadia and Amanda say. It's definitely whatever you're passionate about, and I'm passionate about a lot of stuff with Scentsy, but the reason why I've been more passionate about this specific product lately is because it kind of simplifies things in my life. I've got 4 dogs. 3 of them are big pit bulls with tails. And so the Scentsy pods have been like the biggest lifesavers in my life. And because, with busy schedules with kids' baseball and just, piano lessons and husband's working nights and church and callings and just running in and out and all kinds of stuff, being able just to drop pods inside a wall fan diffuser. I have them all around my house, and it's like a lifesaver. Just drop, turn it on and forget it. And this has been, and throughout the 10 and a half years, I always have had clients say, they just want something that's not messy. And because of, with no spills. And so this has been like the answer to a lot of my clients' prayers, basically. And so these things sell like hotcakes for me. And it's something that I've been able to get my clients to get into their Scentsy club because they just want their Scentsy pods. Another thing that I'm able to sell really, really well is because people are sitting next to their computers all day. And this has a little fan for our new people if you haven't seen it in person, and you connect it to your laptop. Huh?
I actually do have my box, and I do have them. I just sold 2 of them.
Oh,
In the
good.
last,
Yay,
like
Natasha.
24 hours. Yeah.
Yay. And so I love this myself. And so it gives them a little breath of fresh air while they're sitting there working all day.
Mhm.
And then they get a twin pack, and then it lasts forever. And so it just gives them, it's an inexpensive little treat that they get to treat themselves with. And especially if they're new to Scentsy too, it's a great starter little purchasing thing. And it's also a great gift. A lot of people have been buying these as like a little gift for people, like a mini fan diffuser with a twin pack is a very inexpensive gift, kind of like the flower. So yeah, people have been buying these things, the wall fan diffuser, and then also these are the actual spin with the light. I've been selling a lot because people do like the idea with the mini fan, the mini warmers, because they like the nightlight idea, in the walls, their halls in their hallways. So they like the nightlight, but then they want to go away from the wax idea when they have little kids running around and also dogs with big tails. So yes, Natasha, hotels and cruises, absolutely. Pretty much anywhere that has we can use these in RVs, we can use these in cars. I have one of these in my car. And these are just awesome to be. I bring one of these whenever I travel, and I put these in my hotel. We have the Scentsy Go, has the same idea effect. We just have so many products now that pretty much anything that my clients back in the day would complain about, I wish you had this, or I wish that this, blah, blah, blah. We pretty much answered the issue. When wax was the issue of, I wish I didn't have to deal with spills. The spills, the cool thing is that the wax does iron up. A little quick story, guys. I have a client, she's actually a really good friend that lives right in Meridian, Idaho, where the Scentsy home office is, who would be the most amazing Scentsy consultant. She has like the most amazing energy, sweetest thing ever. Refuses to join Scentsy. Every time I see her, I go, so when are you joining Scentsy? And she just laughs at me. She's had wax spilt on her carpet, she said, since right after I saw her 2 years ago when I went to Summit 2 years ago. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me? And she's like, oh, because I was embarrassed. Whatever. So I went and I ironed up her wax 2 years after it's been sitting there for 2 years. And she laughed because it came right up. So what I did is just, if you don't know how to take wax off, you just get a thin little towel and you just get iron and you just iron it right over, and it just absorbs into the towel, and then just wash the towel. So it was wax that was sitting there solid on carpet for 2 years. So I'm not saying that wax isn't still a very good product, because I love my wax. And so if people still like wax, if it spills, and then if it gets on as long as it's not a flat paint, you can dry it with you can warm it and melt it off with a blow dryer and it'll solidify again. I mean, not solidify, it'll melt and you can just wipe it off. So there's a way to answer all the concerns to all of our products. But if they just want to do away with the wax idea, our pods are amazing. Nadia, any other tips or ideas that I'm forgetting about?
No, you covered it with the fan. I was actually, once I said the flowers, I was like, oh, the big thing that I'm pushing on right now is the mini fan. That's going to be my next focus. I started using it in my car and I love it. It's the best. It's the best thing that we have for the car, especially in the heat. When it was really hot, I did take the pods inside with me. Like I would just pop it in my purse because I did have one kind of melt a little bit when it was like 115 here.
Right.
But other than that, like they just last so long and just make it smell so good. So I'm trying to think of all the things. I mean, obviously the holiday, like the harvest and whatever, everybody's just in it for that. But okay, so the warmers that I'm tending to sell the most are the ones that I'm using and that I'm posting my pictures of, and like what I have at work. Like when people can actually see it, it's a little bit different. So yeah, it really, I think, is about having kind of that connection to the product, and people, they connect with it more if you connect with it. So which is great for the things that like I'm connected to, but then like I don't have an air purifier, so like, then it's a little bit harder for those things. So maybe finding a way to bridge the gap on that, since I personally don't yet have a connection to that product. So
yeah. Yes, personal use definitely makes a difference. So anything, I mean, when we don't have the product, it makes it a little bit harder, but Scentsy does a good job with making some videos. So if you can find the videos on Scentsy's YouTube channel. And then utilizing, like I can make like a generic video as well and post it. So you guys can use for your own use that doesn't have like, a person in it, that'll hopefully be helpful for you guys too. So
that would be nice.
Yes, I didn't even think about that. So thank you for mentioning that, because that is a higher price product that'd be harder for a lot of people to get. So thank you for mentioning that, my friend.
You're welcome. I know I've seen your posts on it and I'm like, oh, I gotta get a focus on that. But then when I'm closing out a party, I want all sorts of other stuff, like more wax and things that I can sell,
Yes.
more easily. So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
All right. Any questions or comments before we wrap it up for the day? All right. Well, thank you everybody that showed up live, and I will post this to YouTube and email it to everybody for the recording that wasn't able to be on live, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.
Have a nice day.
You too. Bye.